to focus on things,
but to seek first the
kingdom of God, and believe what you say. So all that I need is your kingdom. All I need is mine. All that I need is my king. All that I need is your righteousness. And I'll have everything.
all that I need is your kingdom. All that I need is my king. All that I need is your righteousness. Then I'd have everything.
You said that I should not worry. You said that I should not fret. You said that I should not be concerned about my daily bread. And you said not to seek food or clothing,
Oh, no.
never to focus on things,
But to seek first the
kingdom of God, and believe what you say. So all that I need is your kingdom. All I need is mine. All that I need is my king. All that I need is your righteousness. And I'll have everything.
all that I need is your kingdom. All that I need is my king. All that I need is your righteousness. Then I'd have everything.
You said that I should not worry. You said that I should not fret.
No, no.
You said that I should not be concerned about my daily bread. And you said
Good evening and good afternoon. Thank you, Coaches Pressy and Ariel. Blessings to everyone. Today I get to introduce Blessel Matsue. She is a daughter, a wife, a full-time mother of 4 girls, and English is her secondary language. She is a ESI teacher in Shakaru Mom School and Be the Generation English School, which she trains mothers how to teach English at home and manage motherhood, life, and seasons. She is a CEO of Better the Value Leadership Development Philippines since 2017. She completed 1-year program of leadership and mentorship under the School of Influence with Trista Sue Craig, a mentee of Miles Monroe in Florida, USA 2021, and in 2019 her project entry title Purpose Finding Young People won at Eagles Emerging Leader Development, Singapore City, Singapore. Her passion is to train people for self-management, home management, family, and education training. She is also passionate to teach parents and children how to be digitally wise, emotionally strong, and self-driven leaders. Her life's purpose is to empower Asian women and youth as agents of change. Her philosophies, a healthy nation is byproduct of a healthy family. Her core passion in trainings are leadership, family, strengthening, and education. Her topic today is about principles of kingdom management in motherhood seasons, 7 practical keys for effective self-management for mothers. So get your pens and papers ready and let's dig in. Thank you, Blessel. Have a blessed day, everyone.
Yes, hello, good evening everyone. Good evening world. Once again, welcome to Kingdom Talk. And today I am so honored to have, she's a Filipina, but right now she is living in Japan. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you for the honor to have you in this program, Kingdom Talk. And thank you for accepting our invitation to be one of our special guests in this program, Kingdom Talk.
The honor is mine. The honor is mine. Thank you, Kuya Ariel. Good evening, everybody. I am Blessel Matsue. As Ariel said that I'm based in Japan, but I'm a Filipino, so that is why don't mistake it as Japanese. Okay. My Japanese level is still a bit still struggling, but surviving. Yeah. So I lived in Japan for 12 years now, and at first, I'm here. My work was an English teacher, but then when I have my first baby, so I decided to quit my work and do full-time mom. And in those journey, it's just a wonderful journey. So my children, I have all 4 Marias. I have 4 daughters, ages 9, 6, 4, and 1. Okay, so those are small babies. I mean, raising children, small children, and I got to know the kingdom when I got to know the teachings of Dr. Miles Monroe during 2013 or 14. Then that time, I was so interested in how to manage marriage because, both my husband and I were Christians, but marriage will not work if it's only love. So after after a year we got babies, so we faced different kind of transition and crisis. And so that's the time that I was really seeking on how to make my marriage a success. Then I got to know the teachings of Dr. Miles. So from marriage, then shift to purpose, then shift to potential, because I was so how to say that, I was so intrigued. At the same time, I was like, wow, this man makes sense. This is the message that I was looking. And then I think the last part that I am learning, that I encountered, that I keep on learning, was about the kingdom. And I think that time I was really ready already to receive the kingdom message. So from marriage to purpose to potential, and then the end was kingdom, and then at the end I still keep on learning. And then after that, I was trying to look for different mentees of Miles Monroe. Like, so I need to find this. I need to search for these kind of people. And then I got to know Trista. I got to know Ella. I got to know Hubert. So it was such a wonderful journey. And during those times, when I am doing full-time mom, then that's the time that I also discovered my purpose. And when I discovered my purpose, then it's also at the same timing when discovering the kingdom. Then it was just a wonderful transition, because when I got my purpose and my life's vision, then I realized that, oh, this is really a good timing, that, motherhood season is not a waste. Because some people, some people, when they become a mother and they juggle many things, and then the time is so fast. You don't know what to do. And then after that, the kids were just gone. And then after maybe 20 years, then they would say, what did I do? And it's only child raising. I do not say, I do not put down only because I know child raising is very important, but
Yes.
after the kids will be gone, emptiness, then here comes depression, right? So, so I think as a woman, I felt kind of passionate. I mean, for me, I have a passion to really help women and how to thrive in their motherhood life. Yes, yes, because I know that this is just a season, and women or mothers should understand that there's a reason why this season that we're in. So there are some ways on how to maximize the season and really find your purpose, find your vision, and it was just a wonderful journey.
Amen.
I think marriage is a very it's one of the it's one of the best gift that God gave us, and it is the foundation. And I would say, if we have a very good marriage, our children will have their identity will be intact.
Amen.
And when their identity will be intact, they will be a very healthy grown-up adults,
Amen.
right?
I think
And then
we need
yes.
to discuss these things in the next session that we have.
Yes, yes, yes.
But for now, I am
Yes.
so excited to hear the message that God has been that we the message that we have chose about kingdom management, because as you can see in the poster video, management. This is very important principles that every kingdom citizen need to understand, so that we can live victoriously as a kingdom people.
Yes, yes, yes. I got your point, Kuya Ariel, when you said like management, and you said that if we don't know how to manage, we will be aging very quick, right? But the thing is, if we go back to Genesis 1:26, we are
Mhm.
called to control,
Yes.
okay? We're called to master,
Mhm,
and we are called to manage. And
Mhm.
this is not about managing companies yet.
mhm.
This is about self-management first.
Yes. That's
Then
right.
when we got to know, we got to know our purpose and we know a vision. So it's automatic that God required us to manage ourselves
Mhm.
first, self first, so that we can better manage our family.
Yes.
And if we can better manage our family, then we can be a very big blessing to the
That's
community.
right.
Mm. And we know that there's a lot of, how do you say that? Lots of crisis in our generation now. Why? Because lack of management.
Yes.
Lack of management, or maybe the leaders, they're so good in managing, but it's
Mhm.
just some fake leading,
Mhm.
but not really the way of a kingdom way of managing.
Mhm.
That mean they just manage a show, I
Mhm.
would say.
Actually, crisis exists because someone did not know how to manage.
It's true. It's true. It's true. And we remember in the scripture that
Mhm.
if we cannot be entrusted in small things, we cannot be entrusted in bigger
Yes.
things. So same thing, like if we cannot manage ourselves,
Mhm.
if we cannot manage our mental health, if we cannot manage our physical health, we cannot manage our spiritual health,
Mhm.
because man is a person. We are
Yes.
in three areas. We need to
Mhm.
focus on the physical part,
Mhm.
and and then the soul part, and also the spiritual part. So
Yes.
those are essential as a man to
Mhm.
operate as a
Mhm. Mhm.
being. So
Yes.
if we do not manage well, if we don't manage ourselves, it is inevitable that our family will be messed.
That's right.
Yes, and that's so sad.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's so sad. But we have a hope that the
Yes.
kingdom way of management works.
Amen.
Yes,
Because the ability to manage was built inside of us. But we need to
yes,
really we need an information that comes from the kingdom of God on how can we manifest that gift that God has been giving to us.
yes, yes, yes. We need an information, meaning the original information.
Mhm, mhm.
Mm. Because lots of our teaching in our university teaching, we talk about psychology, And right now, there's an increasing mental illnesses, and that's why these transgenderism activities, or this kind of activism, this kind of culture arises. It's just part of these kind of mental health, and also lots of women or lots of mothers also experience this kind of thing. So if women or mothers doesn't know that this is coming, so they will be victimized and they will mismanage themselves.
This is good. So I know that you're already starting sharing that powerful word. So just like what I'm always saying to all our guests, this is your show. This is your program. Dominate all this sphere of influence.
Amen. Amen. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, tonight's topic, I'm more on focusing about management, but in the area of the motherhood, in the season of motherhood management. Because I am a mother for 10 years, and I think I can download lots of revelations from God or information, but I'm just choosing 4 points for tonight. But before this, I will gonna share, but we will learn about what motherhood is not. Then also we will learn the 4 must-haves to thrive in motherhood life. And also I will be sharing 3 keys that it really helped me to maximize my motherhood life for leadership growth. Okay, so I already introduced myself, and I'm Blessel Matsue, a pure 100% Filipino.
Yes.
And I'm enjoying as a Filipino, but I know that that's the purpose. It's really God's intent that I should be born in this country, and it's just a wonderful blessing that Filipinos can able to speak the language that people can understand. So again, I will define mother. A mother is a female parent, which purposes are to nurture a person, to flourish, to love, to protect, and to bring someone up, to teach, and to train. So women, when they got a child, then they will become a mother, right? Or there's also other women who cannot bear a child, but they are also mothering other people. So when the other person gave you the right to influence their life, or to talk to you directly, or to train you, meaning that person is already mothering you.
Mothering your husband.
No, we cannot mother our husband. No, 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 no. You know what? I know there's a lot of I would say Japanese women always complain, and I think also same with Asian women, that I am mothering my husband. They keep on complaining that, but the beauty about marriage and the beauty about mothering is, or the beauty about women is, we influence our husband. Okay, so our natural tendency, or I think we have to position ourselves as because woman is a natural influencer, right? And we influence, I think, and that's our style of leadership. So, but then some women, they also they have this kind of Bathsheba spirit, which is to manipulate. Manipulate. But kingdom women should influence by showing an example. It should not be, I will try to orchestrate things so that you will obey me.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. So those are Bathsheba spirit. But we see that how, I think the great example was the life of Sarah. Right? That Sarah was so strong. When she got pregnant, what happened? She didn't go to the fiance. Like, Joseph, you have to marry me, or I will orchestrate a scheme that you should marry me. But how she did is she just say yes to God. And I think she remained being obedient. and to God, and also be obedient to the culture, because she was in a different culture at that time.
Mhm.
And she didn't even do something that is against the will of Joseph or what, but she is just being submissive. And the act of submission is very, very powerful,
Mhm.
because it really can mean how she influenced is she just obey. That's how the power of it. That's how she influenced, and she just let God do his part.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
That's how she didn't she didn't go ahead of God,
Mhm.
but she just wait on the timing of God. Then the angel, the angels talked to Joseph, and then Joseph understood what's the situation of Mary. So
Mhm.
that's her way. That's a very good influence from a good example from Mary.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. So we don't mother husbands, okay?
Yes.
We don't mother our husbands
Pero
because
sometimes it's happening. It's really
Mm,
especially
it's true.
if the
It's true.
husband is not showing his leadership, then
Mm,
that's how the problem start.
it's true. It's
Mhm.
true. Because women, natural for women, we are really looking up to our husband. We
Mhm.
want them to initiate and we want them to
Yes.
lead the family.
Mhm.
And that is why many dominant women are frustrated with their marriage
Mhm. Mhm.
because husband doesn't want to lead.
Mhm.
It doesn't mean that, maybe in the Filipino context, husband, when you say that men is dominate, they are so, my will should be like this. My will should be like this, right?
Mhm.
Maybe I remember my grandpa is like that. But my grandma is also strong. But, I think, how men should lead is they should lead the family, and they should lead in love,
Mhm.
and they should always, how do you say that, bring the family into different level,
Mhm.
that this is our direction,
Mhm.
this is where we are heading. So I think a woman needs that kind of man that will always set, this is the standard of our family, this is the culture of our family, because women are built up as helpmate, right? So how can we help if you do not know what to do?
Yes. Helpmate, not helmet.
Not helmet, helpmate, right? So that's why when I know men, maybe we can have a different kingdom talk about men, but it's it's really true that when we feel that man is weak, then women tend to do the mothering,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that's where how do you say that, that's where the weak point of marriage. And it's not good that the children will see that
Mhm.
mama is leading the family.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not good as a upbringing for children. Yes.
Because
So
that is not God's design for the family.
it's true. It's true. It's true. That's why he created Adam first.
Mhm.
Mm. So that's why he created Adam. As we see in the Bible, he created Adam first, then next Eve.
Mhm.
So it's very wonderful that we are Eve. I am Eve, because everything is already ready. Okay. When I just came in, everything is already ready. But the thing is, I know, men, they have a heavy burden, and there's a big task. That's why
Mhm.
they're always attacked by Satan. But
Mhm.
the thing is, we have our king that will help men to stand, um, do the fatherhood thing. And we have our king, and he is such a very good example on how to lead a family. Though Jesus was not married,
Mhm.
but he married the ecclesia, the
Mhm.
church. And we know that how Jesus led the church is really by self-giving,
Mhm.
self-serving. And I think fathers, not fathers as a pushy or a very terrifying father, but a father that who really knows that this is my role and this is
Mhm.
not my role.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Yes, so mothers are, let's go back to the mothers.
Mhm.
So mothers are servant leaders.
Mhm.
Yes, they are servant leaders. As I was, part of my, I don't have any yaya, or I don't have any helpmate here in Japan because that is not popular here.
Mhm.
So what we do is we do our own thing.
Mhm.
We do our own thing. And then at some point of me, I said, why am I doing these things? I don't really like this kind of work. Like my work is like routine. I want something exciting, something
Mhm.
like things. But then God was telling me, you know what? Mothers never complain.
Mhm.
They just keep on serving, right? I do not remember my mom complain. Like I keep on cooking for you each day. No, no, I don't remember those things. And um though she's very productive, but I really sense that mothers are servant leaders. They are a very good example because they are serving 24/7 and
Without day off.
365 days without day off. And when they are sick, no sick leave. Of course they
Yeah,
can rest.
but you know, sometimes I told to my wife, Coach Bessie,
Yes.
sometimes the mother has the capacity to say no to their children, but as a father, I don't have the ability to say no. When they ask something from me, I need to surrender to what they are asking. I need to give it. But the mother will say, I have nothing, then okay. Pero yung but the father, hindi pwedeng ganun.
Really, 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 my children are so funny. They say, Mom, can I ask something from you? Can I buy like this, like this? Why are you asking me? Because I know you have money. I know you're rich. I said, oh, Dad is working, not me. No, I know you have money. So, so yes, it's really true that the women were so close with our children,
Mhm,
and we try to negotiate or ask discounts or those kind of thing. But it's really true that we serve 24/7,
mhm,
and it's not with pay,
mhm,
okay? And sometimes lots of mothers, they even cannot receive affirmation
mhm,
from their spouse
mhm,
or even rewards, right? So and some mothers, they are so isolated. So it's very different in the Philippines
mhm,
and maybe other parts of the world because we have a strong community.
mhm,
But here in my community, I feel so isolated. I mean, women are so isolated because they have their own life. I
mhm,
mean, husband are just so caught up with work, and they're so caught up with their own house and their own
mhm,
household. So even when we say reward or affirmation, they cannot get it. But then, as a kingdom citizen, we should resolve it already to ourselves that
eh,
we are doing what God expects us to do. And
mhm,
we don't need affirmation from people
mhm,
because we will, if we are like that, we will be a people pleaser,
mhm,
be a kingdom pleaser.
mhm,
So we are doing this because we are doing this for obedience to our king.
mhm,
It's up, and our obedience is our own, our obedience is already our reward
mhm,
to him. So, being a mother, we will see the fruits after 20 years.
mhm. It's like a
We
long time
cannot,
investment.
it's true. And then we don't know after 20 years if we are mothering well or not,
Mhm,
right? But in the scripture, if we look at the scripture that train up the child in the way he should go, so it's not train up an adult in the way he should
mhm,
go, but train up a child because child is like a bonsai.
mhm,
Child, the child, okay, you come here, you have to go here. So the child will just obey because they have a complete trust to parents. So they are so fragile. They are so, how do you say, they're easy to, how do you say that their hearts are still tender and they're easy to obey. That's why Jesus, or that's why God told us that we have to train them while they are young. Yeah, because children, if they are trained, their character is trained from the very beginning of their childhood, We will never, how do you say that? We don't need a leadership development when they will
Mm-hmm.
be adult,
Yes.
right?
So are
So
you
I
saying
was,
that leadership development start during childhood?
yes, yes. And it is given by that baton, that responsibility was given by the parent, to the
Mm-hmm.
parents from God. The school cannot do that. They try to say like value formation, or the government try to do value formation, or those kind of things. No, no. The school just teach us philosophy,
Mm-hmm.
right? But those are Greek philosophy, in which
Mm-hmm.
those are, if you have a beautiful face, then you are a
Mm-hmm.
leader. If you are charismatic, then you are a leader. But
Mm-hmm.
no, belief system should be built, should start in the family.
Yes.
Inculcating, teaching the kind of belief system, it should
Mm-hmm.
start in our children. So
Mm-hmm.
when we, how do you say that? When we iron that thinking, because children, their brain is a sponge. I call them
Yes.
SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm.
So they just, they just take everything, what they hear, what they see, what kind of examples that we portray. They just copy everything.
Mm-hmm.
So teaching them the character, the morality, or the right character when they were young, and I believe this should be, and establishing the belief system, and
Mm-hmm.
especially the fear of the Lord, how to fear of the Lord. Mothers or parents should be the one who will be teaching that. So we talk about the truth keys about motherhood, that we are servant leaders, we are natural influencers,
Mm-hmm.
and we are also a shaper of a generation. So it's a very big responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Donald Trump, when he became the president, 45th president, he really said, "Oh, I would like to thank my mother, who really impacted my life." And not only Donald Trump, but also our previous president, Duterte,
Mm-hmm.
also cited, "I'm so thankful that my mother was with me." And let's see, Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's mother is very influential too. So we mothers, God gave us the capacity, the ability, the potential to really shape the next generation. So it's not a coincidence that God gave us a child, because not all women can bear a child, right? Not all women can have that. And when there's another soul that is entrusted by God to us, it's a tough job. It was a tough job. I remember when I first had my first baby back 2013. God was telling me, "Bless, you are holding a generation, and the thing about this generation that I gave to you, you are a steward. You don't own this."
Mm-hmm.
And meaning to say, this child belongs to me. And what I want you to do is to train this child with respect.
Mm-hmm.
Respect her as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was the first revelation that God told me, that all children are inheritance from God, right? And they are worthy of respect, and they have to be treated as a person, though they cannot speak, but they have the rights. And right now, in our generation, we see the Roe versus Wade, right? In America, abortion, like people just choose to abort. It is aborting a generation,
Well,
whatever the
they are
reason.
not only aborting a generation, they are also destroying a solution to a problem.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Yes, because in every child, they had a corresponding purpose.
Yes.
And every child, though they said like, "Oh, maybe I cannot give a solution anymore because there's a lot of innovation anymore." No, no, no. No, you are an answer. Like me, I am an answer So maybe when I was a baby, my mother doesn't know my qualities, my design, but I am an answer to the need that I need to fill. So that is why when you invited me, Kuya Ariel, I said, oh God, maybe I'm just speaking to one mother right now.
Mhm.
I might be speaking to one mother, but you know, if that's you, you have to be hopeful because you are chosen by God to take care of this one generation. And you have to think that you have the capacity to influence, and you are enough as a mother. You are the one that your child needs. We cannot choose a child.
Mhm.
We cannot return a child. I don't
Yes.
like this. I don't like this child. So I need to return back to the hospital. No, no, we cannot. It is ordained. It is wholly ordained. And we mothers, we need to equip ourselves. We need to equip ourselves. And that is why motherhood is a very crucial, very important season.
Mhm.
Because as we talk that if we train our children, if we train them with dignity and with respect, that they should know what is the way, and it should be established what is right and what is wrong
Mhm.
from age three, up to 15. Parents, we should instill that in their mind that this is the right and this is the wrong.
Mhm.
Because when they reach after 15, they will have their own way.
A while ago, I received a text that comes from other countries that they are questioning why I am allowed a woman to speak in this program. I told that woman that we need to go back to the beginning,
It's
because
true.
in the beginning God said, let them, both of them. God was
Have
God was
dominion.
giving them the dominion. It's not only the male, but also the female. And that is God's original idea.
It's true. It's true. And I just remember that before the fall, there was no curse of Eve.
Before
And
the
I
fall,
think
there is no apostle, there is no
mm,
pastors. It did not exist in the book of Genesis chapter 1.
it's true.
To have an apostle or bishops, it is the result of the fall of
It's true. It's true. Even the education.
man. Yes.
Even education, it's a result of the fall of man. But the thing is, we are still here. We're still here. We're in. If we have a religious mindset, we try to make a sect.
Mhm.
Okay, your calling is apostle. Your calling is like this, and you're a woman. You cannot speak.
Mhm.
But the thing is, women, we are like prophets.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's how we are designed and we are function.
Mhm.
But I think yeah, let's just try to forgive those kind of people because they have a different how do you say that? The revelation
Mhm.
how do you say the revelation is very different from person to first to person. So some people cannot understand why you allowed women to
Mhm.
speak. But those kind of men, I think they have to go back to the Genesis 1:26 that them, meaning women and men, male and female, are called to be kings.
Mhm. Yes.
And even there is no queen because
And
king is the spirit.
yes, kings is not it does not identify a gender. It is a function.
It's true. And a woman or being a mother is just, I would say, is just a container, is just a physical body.
Mhm.
But we are same in the eyes of God. We are same in the eyes of God. And if we move forward to the um after the Acts, the book of Acts, we will see lots of very courageous women. And according to Papa Miles, that if you want this kingdom will forward, have to optimize, or you have to call lots of women because the woman makes the work, finish the work. I think he meant it maybe joke or I don't know. But it's really true. It's really true that it's not about the physical, but God, it's all about the spirit within that body that God see us. Because when we die, our physical function, our physical body, though we will have a new body in the new heavens and new earth, but God was really looking at us as a spirit being. Remember, we are a spirit first,
A spirit is
right?
without a gender.
Yes. And when God created man, we are spirit first. Then we have the physical body. Then God created different, I mean, form from the ground. This is a man. This is Ish. Man, you are a male body and you are a female version because of the reason of procreation. There is no, in those times, the technology is just a natural technology that God made. We don't have this kind of artificial insemination, this kind of different kinds of upbringing of making a baby. No, it should be natural, because if it's natural, close to the origin, is self-sustaining, and it's natural, and it's cheap, and it's proven that it's very good.
Anything that is natural
So
is healthy.
it's true. It's true. So the farther the farther we go away from the origin, the confused we are.
Mhm.
The confused we are. So let's always look back to the original truth, which is we are a spirit first, then God gave us the container, which is our physical body.
Mhm.
And when we worship together, God doesn't see us if it's a man or a woman,
That's
what
right.
lips that worship, if it's a woman lips or a man lips. No, God see us, because He said in the Word that He will just accept the worship that is being given in the spiritual worship, right? Not any kind of shouting or whatsoever. So He always accept when we are worshiping Him in spirit and in truth. So that's
And
the proverbs.
go ahead.
So those are the proverbs that are very
Hey,
interesting to cite.
so
So right now,
go ahead.
I will be sharing more about the life lesson keys that I learned
Mhm.
for 1 decade. So now the first one is embrace your season.
Mhm.
Okay, that's the first one. Embrace my season. As I remember, 2013, that was the first thing that God told me. Blessed, you struggled because you are going against my will.
Mhm.
You are trying to do something that I didn't ask you to do. This is not your season.
Mhm.
So you have to embrace your season. You have to embrace this one. So what it means to embrace a season or change. I think if we see the human development, we have children, then we have single, then after that we married, and we became couple, and then we became a mother, right?
Mhm.
And then from a single woman who earns money, then we become a full-time mom that stayed on the family budget, right? And then from taking care of oneself only, now you are taking care of everyone. Then sometimes yourself is the last. We should not be the last. So it's a different season and there's a different change. So any change is a crisis at any form.
Mhm.
So crisis is the result of the resistance to change. And resistance comes from not understanding our season. So I would like to quote, this is cited by Hubert Sugira, a mentee
Ah,
of Dr. Mao's too. So he
yes.
said that whatever change that happens to us, especially to the mothers, when they become a mom, lots of physical changes that comes in their body,
Mhm.
and also mental change, and also hormonal change.
A
And
major
if
adjustment.
mothers, yes, yes, and can you imagine you cannot sleep for 1 year? No sleep for 1 year, so mommies are like zombies. I can relate to that. But good news, that season is just the season of no sleep. It's just that year.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you will be fine. You
Mm-hmm.
will be fine. But the thing is, you have to learn that everything for everything there is a season, a
Mm-hmm.
time for every activity under heaven. And in Ecclesiastes, it really comforted me that I have to embrace my season because this is what God called me to do at this time. So crisis, you cannot escape from crisis, right? Or we cannot escape from change.
Mm-hmm.
What we can do is either we can practice or we can anticipate. But the thing is, the impact of crisis, it depends on how we react
Mm-hmm.
and how we are well prepared,
Wow.
right? When we are, it's very automatic that when we face change, it will become a crisis. Me, I prepared a lot. When I have
Mm-hmm.
my baby, I studied a lot, I researched a lot, how to keep my baby healthy. But then when the time comes, when it is the hands-on, you are still experiencing a crisis
Mm-hmm.
because nobody teach us side by side this is what to do,
Mm-hmm.
because your child has a different personality that may not be going with your personality, right? So God gave us this kind of crisis to really stretch us.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the impact of the crisis, it really depends on how we react,
Mm-hmm.
okay? How much we understand.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why the first thing is in our mind, we should embrace this.
Mm-hmm.
We should embrace this season.
Mm-hmm.
I would say we have to embrace this holy season to make you a whole,
Mm-hmm.
because the soul is given. God entrusted you a soul, a living soul,
Mm-hmm.
in which you have to train this in the knowledge of the Lord. So it's a very big responsibility, at the same time opportunity. So what I did is I have to rejoice. I have to rejoice that this is the season that God put me, God allowed to come into my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep on counseling myself.
Mm-hmm.
When I hit the crisis mode, when I'm in the crisis mode, I keep on counseling myself. Blessed, 10 years, 10 years. Just focus on this 10 years because I'm giving myself 10 years, but it seems that it's not 10 years. It's like a bit stretch of 10 years. So then God was keep on reminding me, bless, embrace your season, because when you embrace the change, meaning you understand your season and you know what to do, the heaviness or the power of struggle will weaken or will be lessened. I do not promise it will be gone,
Mm-hmm.
right? But Jesus said, the yoke is easy and your burden is light, right? Because you are embracing in your mind, you're embracing this, you're welcoming this, right? It's very difficult when we are escaping this kind of season.
Mm-hmm.
When we escape this season, we will miss lots of things. We are not shaping the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We are not shaping. Actually, a friend of mine told me, Bless, why don't you go back to work? Because when I got pregnant, I quit my job. It's a good pay. I quit my job, and then I was already 7 months pregnant that time. And then I made myself my conviction that when I will have a child, I will take care, I will raise it with my own hands,
Mm-hmm.
because I felt that it's a Filipino culture,
Mm-hmm.
maybe, that mothers wanted to do hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend, who is also a Filipino, told me that, Bless, how about you go back to work? And said, I cannot, because this is my conviction.
Mm-hmm.
But even if I decided because of my conviction, I still struggle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like going forward and back. But God keep on telling me, Bless, you have to change your mind. You have to embrace your season, because this is my will.
Mm-hmm.
This is my will. And when I embrace, then I'm positioning myself rightly. That, okay, this is my task, this is my role, this is an opportunity. Then again, it lightened the load.
Mm-hmm.
It lightened the load. And it really helps. It really helps that the beauty of season. And the thing about embracing the season is um, I got to know my purpose. Because if I didn't embrace my season, if I didn't choose according to my conviction, I will never have a self journey, finding myself,
Mm-hmm.
because I will be so busy with work.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I don't know how mothers who have small children juggle those things. And I would say it's an opportunity for me that God sustained us financially. And I know it's not all the call of the women to be a full-time mom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a call for all the women, because we have also some financial needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as much as you can, if your family can manage with one man, or one, if the father can sustain the entire family, you just have to tweak the budget. There's always a way. There's always a way, I believe. I believe there's always a way. Because once we obey God, we show God, Lord, you called me in this season, and I say yes to you, meaning you're obligated to provide,
Mm-hmm.
because He is our King.
Mm-hmm.
When we obeyed our King, we are opening a key.
Yes.
And same with motherhood. Same with motherhood life. Same with motherhood journey. So I think it's good that husband and wife should really talk about this issue, and they have to really talk. I know it's hard for women to give up their jobs or their
Mm-hmm.
career, because they will always say, what will I do after 10 years? Where do I go? Right? It's a valid question that nobody will hire me because I'm just a full-time mom,
Mm-hmm.
right? But in that kind of question, it's so interesting. God was telling me that no, no, no. To be a mom, to be a full-time mom, is a good opportunity for you to find yourself, because you have time to think. You have time to plan your life. I know you're busy, but you have the time to plan your life.
Mm-hmm.
You can dominate your life. No matter how busy, how limited your time is, you can still squeeze something. And it was just a wonderful journey. So that's number one, embrace your season.
Okay. So I know that you have so many things that want to share in this program, but I need to invite you again in this program, Kingdom Talk,
Okay, sure.
because of the time limit we have. So uh, just want to say thank you for your life, because after this I still have a program, and I really appreciate for sharing your time, for sharing your life and your gift and your
My pleasure.
experience as a mother.
My pleasure.
Thank you, and I really appreciate that. So before
Thank
we
you
end in
so
this
much.
program, Kingdom Talk, do you have a website so that people can visit you?
Yes, yes. You can see me at the Facebook. I have my page, facebook.com Be the Value Asia.
Mm-hmm.
So Be the Value Asia. So
Yes.
right now the company is so busy. So right now I'm training my two trainers in the Philippines, and right now we are learning about Kingdom, the
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom keys, because I want all my trainers to be in the Kingdom first.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, yes. So you can see me, you can see on my Facebook page, you can see me and you can jump by. And if you need coaching for your motherhood life, if you're struggling for something in your motherhood life, please, you can just message me. We can pray,
Yes.
we can talk. I can listen, and maybe I can also scold you, or or get the edification. But one thing is, God always give us the capacity, and
Mhm.
it's time for the mothers to see the different perspective of their season.
So thank you again. Until next time, Kingdom is on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My pleasure, and see you again.
See you again
Uh,
next time.
yes, see you again next time.
Okay, bye for now.
So all I need.
righteousness, then I'd have everything.
You said that I should not worry. You said that I should not fret. You said that I should not be concerned about my daily bread. And you said not to seek food or clothing.
Oh, no.
Never to focus on things,
Yeah. But to seek first the
kingdom of God.